Station Henry-VIII Court is an innovative research project. At its centre is a performance in the Great Hall at Hampton-Court of John Hayward's play, The Play of the Weather. The Great Hall at Hampton-Court is one of the very few surviving Renaissance Great Halls in England, in which we know for a fact that plays were performed throughout the English Renaissance. The main aim of the project is to look at the court drama of Henry VIII, and in particular John Hayward's play, The Play of the Weather, performed at Henry's court in 1532. The Play of the Weather is a play about the weather and about religion and about Henry VIII and about sex and about comedy and about the court. In The Play of the Weather, Jupiter comes down from heaven and he decides to sort out the weather on Earth. So he asks all the different estates, classes of people, to come and tell him what kind of weather they want. So the gentleman wants good weather for hunting, the merchant wants good weather for his ships, the ranger wants weather which will blow down the trees because he makes so much money out of windfall. The windmiller wants wind, the watermiller wants water. The gentlewoman wants very mild weather so it doesn't destroy her complexion. The laundress, of course, wants very hot, windy weather so she can dry her clothes. And the little boy wants snow so he can throw snowballs. And at the end of the play, Merry Report comes to Jupiter and says, "This is what everyone wants, and I cannot understand how you can possibly solve or satisfy all these different people." But Jupiter always knew what he was going to do. When you do a full-scale production, you have to make a lot of choices all at once. And those choices shape what you then produce. That's part of the process of putting on a show. That's why in some ways it's very useful, because as academics you can kind of spend a lot of time kind of thinking, well, is it this, is it that? But when you get into a production situation, when you have a director like Gregory Thompson saying, you know, I need to know now, we need to make this show happen now, then you have to make decisions. We see our production as a hypothesis, as an argument. In order to avoid what is inevitably a provisional, a hypothetical version of Play of the Weather becoming solidified and becoming the version, we've created this website with a forum in which people can discuss what we've done. One of the central aims of Station Henry-VIII Court is to use the possibilities offered by the web to create discussion and debate about the ways in which Play of the Weather was staged. In particular, we have 2 workshops coming up on the 5th and 6th of March, where we will look at the kind of things that people have said about our performance in August 2009, and we will address people's suggestions and ideas. For example, one of the things which has already come up in discussions in the forum is the question of Merry Report and his status. Merry Report was portrayed as a real person in some ways. He was certainly portrayed humanely. A number of scholars have questioned this. They have questioned whether or not he should be more like a clown, more satirical, more ironic. We will use the possibility offered by the workshops to respond to comments made on the website and to actually stage suggestions made by other people. Our aim, our hope is that members of the academic community, perhaps particularly those who couldn't come and see the show in August 2009, will be able to comment on the film and make suggestions of things that we can try out in March.